Take one for Card Game TV. Hey everybody, it's bad publicity. We're here back with Vol. You guys asked for his Anarch deck, so we're going to break it down a little bit for you. I'm going to quickly run through the cards, and Jamie's going to splash them, hopefully over Vol's face. Not mine. Okay, he's running Whizzard. He's got 3 test runs, 2 Desperados, 3 Sure Gambles, 2 Vamps, 3 Armitage Code Gates, Codebustings, I don't know why I say that all the time. He's got 3 Ice Carvers, 2 Wyldside, 3 Liberated accounts, 2 Joshua B's, 3 Dyson Mem Chips. Oh, that was only 2. My bad. Plascrete Carapace, he has 3 of those. He has 3 Cyberfeeders, 2 Djinns, he has 2 Imps, 2 Mediums, 3 Datasuckers, 3 Parasites, 2 Morningstars, 2 Yug.0s, and 2 Mimics.
So should we wait until all the cards are finished splashing?
Did I say it too fast?
I think we
Maybe.
Okay, well either way, you can read the cards and the thing below. So anyway, you run the infamous Rig Anarch deck. Why aren't you running Noise?
Man, everybody else is running Noise right now. I'm trying to stay away from him. He's bad news bears.
I think we were like the first ones to see the potential of Whizzard when he came out, what with all the pad campaigns and whatnot. You don't regret running Noise at all? You don't think with what? You're running really light on viruses here, so you don't think that running Noise would be good?
In my opinion, with Noise, the corps are going to protect the graveyards or their archives. So with Whizzard, they'll try to avoid doing that. So it gives me free runs for money and Datasuckers tokens.
So be honest. Did you build this deck just to screw over my Genteki deck?
Well, it had a good hand.
That's what everybody's wondering. This deck slaughters me for good reason. All of the ice completely breaks my ice.
All the ice breakers breaks a lot of people's ice.
Yeah, it's true. You don't really understand how much of the ice it breaks until, but man, Mimic just shoots me in the mouth every time. I freaking hate that card.
I test run it in now first turn.
Such a jerk. And now he knows that I'm not even running barriers, so now his 8-cost Morningstar doesn't get played anymore.
Don't even play it anymore.
So that's garbage. So anyway, you splash the test runs in. That's for...
Test runs are an amazing card for actually finding the icebreakers I need, because I run 2 icebreakers. And if I do actually find the icebreakers, then I can splash them. I can use them for the viruses.
And beautiful part about only running 2 and having the test runs, you don't have deja vus in here, so the test runs are going to be the only way that you can get them back from your graveyard too, or your archives, or your heap. That's the one. Okay, so you have 2 Desperados, which I don't think many people have thought to put in an Anarch deck, but this actually runs your Anarch deck. I'd say.
It's very nice to get Desperado first turn. Lay it down, make 3 runs, gain your money back.
Yeah. Especially since most of his icebreakers
require
they are
$1.
the most efficient icebreakers in the game because you can't overpay for them. So you're actually gaining a lot of money. Sure Gambles are pretty blah. Alright, you run Vamp.
I run 2 Vamps, yes. Vamps, once again in our previous video, I really like, and with my deck it's very money heavy for an Anarch deck, so I actually gain a lot of money during runs, like during the runs, not spending clicks on it.
I know there's a lot of situations where just because you have Desperado and you need Datasucker tokens, you'll make multiple runs on the graveyard, stocking up his central server viruses and gaining money. So it's flawless, really.
It is very nice. Also with the Desperado, it's the best thing to run at a, what is it, pad campaign?
They can't see your hands.
They run at a pad campaign, and you trash it for free if you have Desperado and Whizzard.
Did you guys answer who's older yet? Did I ask that question?
Who's older?
Who's older? Okay. You got 3 Armitage Codebusting. Did you play it?
No.
I think you did. Armitage Codebusting we don't really need to talk about. Generally, people have a lot of those. But I actually didn't even know that you ran 3 ice carvers. You really need them, I guess.
We have 3 core sets. We split them, so I'm taking all the ice carvers. This deck, I need to lower the corpse ice. Once again, my icebreakers are... I can't upgrade them, so I need to bring the corpse ice to me.
Alright. 2 Wyldside for pretty obvious reasons, I'd say. You need the draw power. Liberated accounts.
Actually, with the Wildsides, I try to avoid playing them when I can, because I can't get rid of them.
I know there was a previous incarnation that this had Aesop in it. Was that why you put it in? To get rid of the...
Yeah, I was trying it out, but I found I just was not hitting the icebreakers I needed. So I had to get another test run in there.
So you have the 3 liberated accounts. That's pretty obvious. They're in there for the same reason that... When I saw this card, I didn't think you were going to be able to gain as much money. I was kind of mathing it out the way I normally math out cards that most people disagree with me for. And this was kind of the card that I like 8 Crow on, because I just really didn't think this was good.
8 Crow on.
Isn't that the same?
I have no idea. I've never heard it before.
8... Yeah, you eat crow. Isn't that the same? Man, I screw every...
It might be. I just don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That's why I don't get any of my messages, because I send them all by Crow.
you gotta send them to the Game of Thrones, whatever that world is. Okay, 2 Joshua B's. I know these things are coming out, so...
It's like coming out of the deck.
Yeah,
Not
what I
being
meant.
released soon, but actually leaving.
They're already out of the closet.
You never really use them, so they're coming out soon. You're thinking about replacing them with something that's coming out that we saw spoiled today.
This is going to be the card that I do replace. That's pretty much the only room I have in my deck.
And then you have the Dyson mem chips. Those are 2. That's pretty obvious.
I need the memory.
You need the memory, and the link doesn't hurt either.
Yeah,
you
the
were
link
originally
really
running the one that just gave you the +1
Yeah, the
mem,
memory chip.
and
mem chip.
that was not a good card. Well,
It
it
was
is good, but
at the point.
Dyson.
The test run came out and was like, no.
Dyson kills it. Yeah. Plascrete Carapace, because you're a coward.
I hate getting tagged back. That's just...
I remember he comes home, or he comes to work, and he's like, I played Lindorm. He totally bagged me. I was like, yeah, that happens. He's like, never again.
Never again.
Never again. So he puts he'll have 3 of these in play. He's really smart with them though. He never just removes all of them. He removes enough tokens to just keep yourself alive. Right?
Actually, yeah. So there's 4 power tokens allowed on it, and if they do manage to Scorched Earth me, then I remove 2 off of that card, and the rest from my hand. Therefore, later on, if they ever bring out 2 more Scorched Earth, I still have that 2 tokens on there to help me out.
That's a very aggressive way to play it, and I think that's really the only way to play this game. I think if you throw all of your, I'm going to take 4 damage, I'm just going to avoid all of
Honestly, what's in your hand that you need to protect so much?
Yeah.
You can always just
The corp's going to expect that too.
get your cards
They're going to
back.
expect you to remove all 4.
that. Corpse,
Yeah.
we're doing this.
Yeah,
This is our
he's
video.
talking about himself, the corpse. Where's that voice coming from?
God.
Nearly.
3 Cyberfeeders, that's pretty...
Actually, Cyberfeeders have been really helping me out.
Oh yeah, because you run, and then you use the $1 from Cyberfeeder to break whatever.
Then I
ice is
gained
in
$1
front of you.
from Desperado.
So yeah, just running makes him money. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's really nice to actually being able to run and break as much as I can, then get enough money to play my Morningstar for free.
You have 2 Djinns in here. That's pretty much for...
2 Djinns are pretty much for holding the viruses or searching for actually Datasuckers or Parasites.
Parasites is...
Yeah,
is a
Parasites
huge
is a great card.
thing. 2 Imps. Why not 3? Everybody loves Imp.
It's not the room, man.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
room. I have to cut cards somewhere, and if it's not lowering the strength of the ice, then I'm not putting 3 in.
So what you're saying is if there was another one that did something along that line, you would potentially start taking out cards like Imp
I would. Yeah.
and mediums.
Medium is more of like a good way to win for me to win the game. If I get all my icebreakers out and I'm able to run as much as I want, I'll find a medium and just ruin their deck.
And that's kind of because somebody might have forced you to primarily focus on central servers throughout our history of playing. You've pretty much mastered that. He doesn't play any games that you give him. If there's a central server and he thinks he can get something from it, he'd rather run there than a remote server. I mean, I don't know how you run against everybody else, but when I see you play Genteki, you don't bother with games. You just run.
Oh, your shell game?
Yeah.
Right when he gets one token on it, I'm just like, yeah, you can have it. I don't care.
So you got the 2 mediums, we just talked about those. The 3 Datasuckers, Datasuckers, aside from this deck, are one of my favorite cards.
Datasuckers are great.
If you're playing, it doesn't matter what faction, like what identity you're playing, Noise loves this card. Loves it.
It goes down for 1 too, right? So, Datasuckers save my life when it comes to archers, because Mimic doesn't, I can't increase the strength, and Ice Carver doesn't lower the strength enough, so I actually need to prep for runs when I'm facing a Whalen, or if I'm unsure of some ice.
People still play archers.
Everybody plays Archer.
It still catches you off guard, right? And
Yeah.
like in my deck, it's like I don't have a ninja, so I'm not breaking it for like what, $8?
10, we've been corrected.
10.
Why would you break the gain $2 subroutine though? Alright. Did I just have a tangent?
I think you're just yelling.
I think I just had a tangent.
It was a tantrum.
I gotta stop reading comments. 3 Parasites.
Parasite's a great card. You need
Fantastic
3 of them.
card.
Lowers
You need
ice.
3 of them. This is what we would refer to as an auto-include in an Anarch deck.
It really is.
Nothing's worse than getting, like... I run 12 ice. Nothing is worse than getting one of them parasited and then Datasucker to death in the same turn. And then they're like, yeah, I'm not going to spend any money. Because that's what you sound like when you do it. So it's ridiculous. We're going to break that. 2 Morning Stars. You're the guy that runs the Morning Star. You're kind of the reason why we reviewed it the other day. And you use it to great effect.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but it's dirt cheap to break, so when you're running, it costs you nothing.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, if they have an ice wall out, they spend $1 and they keep me out for
Ice splash, ice
almost 3 turns until I'm like, you know what, I need my Morning Star and I need to go bankrupt to get it.
Caleb just made a huge smashing motion for this little ice wall. Then we got 2 Yugs. Yugs are the other thing in this block of ice that can increase the strength. Flawless card.
Yugs break everything except for Toll Boost so far.
They don't break Chum.
No, they break Chum.
No, they don't. Chum is 4.
Okay,
This
with
is 3.
Ice Carver, I mean.
Okay.
Everything's with Ice Carver, so Ice Carver is a main point in this deck too, right?
And then my least favorite card, Mimic.
You know, if I can make those, like, I'm probably gonna put some glitter on those.
I think
just
you
for you.
I might run 6. All right, so give us a little bit of like an idea, like a simple turn, like
What I look for in a hand.
yeah, what you look for in a hand, and kind of like a strategy. So when we talked you up that you're our tournament winner, and we think that you're going to win the regionals, which is why I think a lot of people. Jameson says that he might win too, so it's got to go through you, right? Whizzard's got his fat little eyes on you. Was that rude?
Fat?
He's got fat eyes.
Eyes can't be fat.
Go. Answer the question.
Well, one of the perfect hands that I get would be Ice Carver, Desperado, a Virus, and maybe an Icebreaker. It doesn't even matter which one. So
Do you try to build a rig really early, or do you try to run, do the aggressive run?
I try to get Desperado out as soon as possible. Then I try to run absolutely everywhere. Depends on the corp I play. So if I'm playing Gentech, I most likely need a Mimic out.
Yeah.
So I just run everywhere as much as I can to keep the corp poor. Then I trash absolutely everything I can with Whizzard, and seeing that most people will not protect their archives, it just makes great to just run there if I have Desperado. And it's like, well, I need some money and fires tokens. It's like, oh, just run at your archives.
And I mean, worst case scenario, they start spending some ice and resources on their archives, which
Well, yeah.
later on you'll probably end up breaking for free. Anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably break for free. So yeah, running right off right out of the gate is probably the best way to do it. And if you find a lot of like ice walls or things that actually do have end runs that keep you out, then yeah, you might have to build up a rig. But that's what the test runs are there for. Like if you're running into ice walls and it's like, okay, well, I need Morningstar out, so I'm gonna try.
The way I like to play is I run really aggressive with no ice breakers, and then basically once I hit that wall, that's when I start installing my my ice.
That's the way to do it, yeah, because you've already exposed all the cards, so it's like, which would best benefit me out of this? It's like, oh, well, Yug would best benefit me, so I could break all these enigmas.
Because as you're playing, you're going to be wanting to draw cards. You could take some damage too, so you're going to be wanting to draw cards instinctively. Is there anything else about the deck that you think that makes this deck stand apart to... I mean, it's obviously not a noise mill deck. This looks more like a Shaper deck. You're making it work like a Shaper deck. You're just using cards that aren't
It's
faction.
more like a criminal deck, trying to make as much runs as possible and gaining money. You do need the money for the big guys later, and if you're finding that if they just keep bringing up their ice, you're going to need it.
So give us a highlight of this deck. Like, what's your favorite? Like the favorite thing you've ever done with the deck. Like a scenario from the tournament.
I won the third turn with the deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that work?
He had the corp had one ice and he put it over his hand, and I played a medium.
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna do it for anybody.
Game.
There's no weird scenario that you can think of that that it would be tougher for another deck to work its way out of.
Whalen advanced decks. I'm finding it's a hard time to do because it's like, oh well, you have a strength 12 ice wall. It's like, well, I'm going to Parasite it, and now that's eating up my memory because I can't play my other stuff. Then they're just like, you know what? I'll keep advancing it, and it's like, okay, now I need to find my Datasuckers and get to a central server to actually get some Datasucker tokens to actually kill that strength 12 or 13 ice wall now.
Now, do you think that's any harder for a quote unquote regular deck that would just need money to do it? Like, don't you think a strength 12 ice wall would be difficult for anybody? Like, do you think that your deck with the Datasuckers, do you think that's better than saying, for instance, having a Shaper deck with a Snowball?
Yeah, but you can always just pay, like, you just gain the money somehow. And,
but theoretically, you could also have 3 Datasuckers.
I need to actually make
every
successful
run gets you 3
runs. Like, if I'm not making successful runs, then they're not helping me out.
So if you're going to play Vol in the tournament, you want to play a Whalen advancing deck.
I'll figure out how to break it someday.
Anyway, guys, we're not going to drag this on too much longer. That's Vol's deck. There's not much to say. It looks pretty standard. We all know that this game comes down to play style.
It looks very standard when you actually take the deck apart, though. Right? So, but it catches a lot of people.
I wasn't bashing you.
You know what?
I like the deck. I helped you build it.
I don't need this. So. Like, I came over and...
I haven't even offered you a coffee yet.
You haven't. Coffee.
Okay, guys. Yeah, subscribe, like, have fun.